Hello and a very warm welcome from Khalij Times. My name is Yasmin and today we're at Zayed University in Abu Dhabi speaking to two professors from the Master of Science in Information Technology, Cybersecurity at the College of Technological Innovation. Thank you for being here with us today. Today we are going to be speaking to Dr. Zakaria and Dr. Huwaida. And just to give a little introduction, Dr. Zakaria is a professor in the College of Technological Innovation at Zayed University in Dubai. His research interests include service computing, cloud edge computing, and lately, Internet of Cognitive Things. And Dr. Huwaida Zayed is an associate professor at the Department of Computer and Applied Technology, the College of Technological Innovation at Zayed University in Dubai. She's received her PhD in computer sciences from the University of Reading in the UK in 1999, and she then focuses her research interests on information security, networks, and internet security, and teaches those subjects also. So a very warm welcome, and we are happy to have you on our podcast today. And so just to start with this question, I'll direct it to you, Dr. Huwaida. Cyber attacks have become a high threat for networks and websites. How do we combat these attacks nowadays?
Okay, thank you very much for the interview here. I think cybersecurity is the kind of like a buzzword right now. We tend to have a lot kind of like attacks recently, and then the attacks are actually coming in different shape, different style, and a lot of like people think that there is kind of like an ultimate solution for the information security type of like attacks, but unfortunately this is not the answer. So now we see a lot of like companies, people in the industry, people in the private sector, in the government, they're trying to really compact this type of like attacks. Unfortunately, they really spend a lot of money. So then we need to find solutions. The solutions are there, but they're kind of like need some kind of like people to be trained. So that's why we train people at the university. Like we teach like the information security, the solutions, the techniques, and so on. So the information security, it needs a lot of like work in terms of like the technicality to compact this type of like attacks. Mm-hmm. For example, you were talking about introducing a good penetration system. You're producing some kind of like a network that actually will be resilient to any type of like an attack. At the same time, like the solution will be really to educate people, educate youngsters, educate people at school, all the way till they actually live in the educational system, so that they can actually face the industry in a very kind of like strong mind, strong knowledge, so then they can actually add to these serious type of like attacks and the kind of like resistant type of like information kind of like security management. So then in our university here, the master programs, actually we need to emphasize on these issues. So then we taught people different types of like courses that actually will bring them to really strong in the field, so then they can actually serve in their country and then other type of like companies as well in around the world like you.
Great, and I'm sure now with the rise of blockchain and the rise of all these decentralized banking systems, I'm sure it's a very important thing to have. So, Dr. Zakaria, can you tell us a little bit about the research of your college in this area in specific?
Sure. Briefly, just to be creative, to be innovative, you have to engage in research and development. So teaching is important, but at the same time we need to emphasize on research so that we come up with better solutions. Like my colleague mentioned, cybersecurity attacks are changed on a daily basis. So if you are not responsive, if you don't engage in you don't develop new solutions, you will come up with solutions, but the solutions are not up to the current situation. So in terms of R&D, research and development, cybersecurity is by itself multidisciplinary. So you cannot just focus on cybersecurity alone. You have to look at it from a broad perspective. So we have different type of research that would sustain the future solutions when it comes to, for example, artificial intelligence applied to cybersecurity, machine learning. You mentioned blockchain a little bit earlier. You have like cloud computing and edge computing. So all this kind of like technologies are here to sustain the development of state-of-the-art solutions. So as a master program, on top of the teaching side, where we have like courses like any master program, we do emphasize a lot on research and development, and the faculty are fully engaged in research and development.
And when things are moving as fast as the internet, obviously you need to keep on developing that research.
IT by itself is a dynamic field. So what we teach today maybe might not be valid next week or next month. So we keep up. The only way to keep up is by engaging in research. And this is why, whether at the undergraduate level or the graduate level, we do emphasize a lot on bringing into the classroom the latest development. And to keep up with the latest development, I would say almost all faculty are engaged in research and development.
Great, that's really great to hear. And so I'll redirect this question back to you, Dr. Huwaida. So the UAE has been building a cyber security team to ensure civilians and businesses are protected, not only domestically, but globally. So what do you think of the UAE's plan to prevent future cyber attacks?
I'm glad you're asking this question, because by looking at the UAE in the region, it's like one of the leading countries actually in terms of like, providing solutions and really considering this information security as a kind of like a genuine problem that actually they have to look at it. So from the perspective of the country being, their leaders, they're looking at the information security since a long time ago, and then this year in particular, because they're reaching the 50th anniversary of the United, like, in terms of like the United Whole Countries, they launched this project of the 50, they call it. And then this in particular, they look at how to find solutions and what they have done compared to what is really ahead of them. So now the UAE countries, actually they've already found a lot of kind of like solution, and they develop some sort of like solution to their own platform, and they build some sort of like entities that they take care of their own homeland security. For example, if you're talking about Dubai, Dubai already been introducing the Dubai Electronic Security Center, and Abu Dhabi, they really looked at the NISA Center, which is very much into their own homeland security. So then the solutions are there. So they started in a very good way to really compact this type of thing. So looking at also the security from a different point of view, like the UAE. They've already been in the market, and they've already been in the area because they've already signed some kind of like agreements with international bodies. They've already really align their data centers with international one, for example. So like you've seen Dubai, they have the Dubai International Financial Center, for example, which is really in line with these the information global data protection centers. At the same time, I think the UAE recently has been ranked one of the top countries, number 33, I think, in the world to be indexed in cybersecurity solutions and looking at the problem from a good, innovative point of view.
Wow, so it grew really fast in the past 2-3 years, I would say,
Definitely,
right?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's also because of these innovative ideas, so Dubai and the UAE in general, they're looking towards going for the smart solutions. So now smart solution will bring more kind of problems with our networks, because you're building a network that actually has to think by itself. So then we need to really improve that by bringing the solutions, innovative solution, very kind of come in with a solution that actually will benefit, of course, their own people, and then benefit all other technicalities, so that they can sell the products or whatever. So in our programs, actually from day one, we were focusing basic ideas, and then now we're moving towards more innovative, some areas that actually can improve the humans, understanding of security in a different side, especially the people of the UAE, they need to really to follow out what all the motivations, all the ideas that are actually coming from the government. So then we need to produce the knowledge, and then we need to really equip our students.
And I guess the more smart solutions we have, the more vulnerable we are to attacks sometimes. Okay, so Dr. Zakaria, the job market for information security analysts will grow by 32% by 2028. The importance of cybersecurity has become a hot topic. Is it safe to assume that those with cybersecurity degrees would be at the top of demand in the job market?
I would say definitely yes, and this is good news to those who would like to sign up for our master program. Overall, what we have seen these days, the full reliance on governments on IT. What my colleague was saying a little bit earlier is, yes, the UAE government is aware of all the challenges associated with the adoption of IT, but at the same time, the UAE government as well, our master program is considering how to defend ourselves from all the cyber attacks by exposing yourself to the I would say like the outside world through online solutions, smart services. At the same time, you know that you will be exposed to all these attacks. And then when you look at the number of attacks that the UAE sites, whether public or private, are subject to, you will be amazed. But at the same time, yes, we know what are the consequences. So I think from a job perspective, cybersecurity experts and specialists, I think this is the good news for them. From a broad perspective, the master program is fully aware of the challenges and is making sure that our graduates will be ready for the current challenges and the coming challenges.
So just one thing I want to add to that is that, people have this fear that they might be replaced by machines or by computers. Do you think they have any valid reason to be, fearful of that, especially if they're studying this topic?
No, I wouldn't say there should be a fear, but I would say it should be like a win-win situation. Okay, we humans, we rely on technology, and we invent technology to support us. We don't invent technology to kind of like
replace us.
This is not the objective. Maybe in the future, where, for example, AI could help or could replace. But when it comes to, we are talking about innovative solutions, challenging problems that need brain thinking. This is the job of humans. I don't think robots will reach that stage of kind of like replace. It has to be. It's a partnership rather than we are not competing with robots and robots. Yes.
Symbiosis. So working together.
Yes.
All right. And do you agree with that statement?
I do. Yes. I think because at the end of the day we're out of jobs. We're teaching nobody.
Exactly. Well, on that note, thank you very much for being with us today, and we can't wait to see what else this department has in store for the coming future and for the people who will graduate from this.
I'd like to just add one thing, if you don't mind. Like in our college or university in total, they are actually planning to introduce like a PhD program in the future. So then to support our graduates. So then a lot of the graduates, when they actually got their master, they are always asking, are you having a PhD program? So this is definitely coming in the future for the university.
Great. Thank you, our viewers and our listeners, and we will have more for you from the Master of Science in Information Technology in the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.